Hey, good to see you again. It's been a while.
On pair.
Yeah, since we did the shooting of the film.
Yes,
I
I feel
will
long
see you
time.
again. Yeah. So, how's it been?
It's been so good, and it's nice to see you
Okay.
outside of the main movie.
Yeah. So let's talk about our experiences on the film.
Yeah.
You played your role, Seydou,
Yeah.
as my son Murphy's. How did you approach interpreting the role in this father-son relationship? How did did you draw on any personal experiences to interpret the role of Seydou?
Yeah, for me, personally, I think that the role of Seydou in that movie was something that most Nigerian fathers and sons, they have this kind of relationship where the father is just the head and whatever he says counts. As an African, there are a lot of career paths that you choose, just like Seydou chose the role of a painter. He wanted to pursue his passion, but his father didn't want that because his father doesn't see, the benefit of, or the father didn't see the prospect of pursuing the role of a painter in the movie.
Have you ever felt like the pressure to let go of an unconventional path for something that was more conventional, more accepted by society?
Not really, but for me, personally, I can relate it to my brother because he's someone that wanted to go into football.
Okay.
But my father is like, oh, okay, you could try being a doctor, an engineer, the normal roles,
Could be a
or a
doctor
lawyer. But yeah, but finally, my dad succumbed to our pressure and decision that his son has to chase his dreams. So it's similar to what Seydou played in the movie because Seydou was passionate about art and all of that, but his father didn't want him to do that because he doesn't still feel that his son can use this passion to foot his bills, take on the responsibilities as a man. So that's what happens in Africa, where we live and in Nigeria too.
Well, yeah, it's a very common narrative, something that happens a lot around.
Yeah. Okay, for me, how do you interpret the role that Nigerian sons do and carry in terms of the finances? How do you see that?
Well, so I mean, on a personal level, I wouldn't say I can relate to it much, maybe because I'm neither the first or the only son in my family, so there's that. And I mean, and my parents have given me a very good foundation, so they've been able to take care of myself and move forward, and my own immediate nuclear family. But there's that pressure. It's very present for a lot of men. From a young age, you know that you can't afford to fail, in a sense of what defines your being a man is being able to take care of not just from yourself, take care of your family,
ability to
your
provide.
siblings, most likely your wife and kids, your parents.
Yeah.
And if you look at in the context of where you have economy stagnating or declining, incomes are getting, that struggle is now amplified. So you see a lot of it, and not many men often talk about that. They carry that. It's almost like has become expected, and a lot of men still struggle with that burden. Not endorsing any man to go out there and be a burden himself, but saying that pressure is very present, and because many men don't talk about it, there's often that it can get to that point where there's a breakdown or there are no outlets for them to vent and talk about that pressure. But it's something that is very present in our society, and will likely be for some time to come. Best we can do, I think, in the interim is talk about it and open those outlets, those spaces where men can be able to talk about and say, look, this is something that this burden they carry, and you don't have to always wrestle with it alone.
Okay, in my own point of view, I feel like the burdens are a lot for the sons. I feel like a Nigerian man, an African man, always has this put with the burden of always making sure his family is well-to-do financially, providing and all of that. But I think your spouse, your family member should also play a good
No,
role to minimize the burden,
yeah,
not always
most definitely. And this is where I
on
often
the
have an
son.
axe to grind
Yeah.
with men who on one hand um, glorify the burden they carry, but don't see the power in opening opportunities for their spouses or for the women in their family.
Yeah.
Because by doing so, they share that burden. So when they
Exactly.
justify the imbalance of gender of opportunities based on gender by saying men carry this, not realizing that if we open those doors for women, you don't have to carry all of this alone by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the journey for you to playing the role of Seydou? This is the first time you're acting, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And then playing that role in French, which is not a language. I'm sure this is a language you're learning in your adulthood. So
Yes,
how has that
exactly.
journey been?
Well, for me, I'm someone that likes to take up new challenges. So when I registered at the institute, I was open to exploring much more opportunities, outside the classroom. So when I quickly saw that there was an opening for the audition for the movie, I was like really excited, and I was like, I'm gonna do that no matter what, even if it's Spanish, Japanese.
Okay, that's interesting.
I will do it.
I like that.
So like I just signed up immediately, and I put in a lot of work
Okay.
to be chosen on the audition day. The audition day, I kept reminding them, please, I want to work here. I want to work here. Choose me. So yeah. So that was just it. But last we pulled it off.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
You
yeah.
did. Yeah.
So what about you? Like, how was the role for you? Like,
I think this is one of the craziest things I've done in a long time. Because I don't consider myself a creative person. I prefer to consume creative work than to create myself. So I did not envision myself playing a role in the film. And I actually auditioned to encourage someone else to audition. I got a role, she didn't, so it's crazy like that. But it was an interesting experience. For one, at least for the fact of doing something different, I don't have to always stay within the box I created for myself. It's good to step out of that box, but also to deepen my speaking of French, which is a language I'm still learning. I'm not yet fluent as I want to be, but it's still a language I love. And so it's also part of that language learning experience. So
that's good. That's good. But so for how long have you been learning the language?
technically, I would say 5 years.
Wow, it's been a long time. Too. It's been a long
5
time.
at least 5 continuous years without any stop.
Wow.
What about you?
It's exactly 7 months for me now.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly 7 months for me.
Well, I think it's not so much about how long you've been learning, but how well you've been learning. Because in 7 months,
the intensity.
exactly, you've chosen the intensity that has gotten you to
yeah.
this point, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So I was saying it's not just about how long, but how well you've been doing. Because for me, even though I've been learning for about 5 years, the most growth I have in my French learning has come in the last 8 months since I began classes at the institute.
Okay.
And the immersion it has given me I've seen that growth. And so whenever I encourage people to learn is, especially if you're in Abuja or you're close to any other language, please be part of it and turbocharge your learning.
Yeah, like I said, the intensity is what matters in language learning. Because when I started taking 4 hours class marathon.
Oh wow.
So back to back, A1, A2, B1, B1, B2 marathon non-stop. So every day 4 hours per day, and also personal effort matters a lot. So you have to put in the work to see the results. That is just how it is. Yeah,
it definitely does.
Yeah. So how do you what lessons do you think the Nigerian fathers and sons are going to take out from this movie, in your opinion?
I think as much as a lot of times fathers are being, it's out of good intentions that they want to guide their kids or their sons into certain paths, it's also encouraging them to learn to explore themselves and trust that the passions that they have can still end up in the same destination that they think the way they telegate their kids will get to. So in the context of the movie of Seydou and Koffi, Koffi wanted his son to be a corporate guy, working in office environment because this is what assured. But Seydou's passion is art, and that art is not just beyond just putting food on the table. it's also this feeling of self-fulfillment, of pursuing his passions. We don't have to allow ourselves to continually think only in terms of survival. We also need to thrive. That
Yeah.
myself thriving is also, part of it is having people really feel fulfilled in doing what they do.
Yeah, like you said, survival. Here in Africa, we mostly think about survival.
Well, there's that.
So your parents are there to say, okay, this stuff that you're about to go into, can you survive with this?
Yeah.
Can this put food on your table? So that's the mentality that keeps most African parents not fully supporting the dreams or the career paths that their kids.
It's well intentioned. It is well intentioned.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just that
yeah.
it also can be very restrictive.
Yeah. So, and not everybody is going to become a doctor.
Not everyone is going to
an engineer, lawyer. Yeah,
exactly.
So we should always allow our kids to try and explore other parts and hope for the best.
Yeah. But for you, has playing, telling the story, has it changed your perspective of father-son relationships or approach to parenting?
Yes. For me, I feel like in the movie, Seydou, maybe he was not close to his father like that because, after the death of his mother, there was still a gap, a distance between him and his father. So, still after the death of his father, there was not a relationship between them. So, I feel like Nigerian parents and their children should be encouraged to have a relationship to further understand your child, the needs of your child, how to guide them in the right path, So that's what I think,
Yeah. I think for me, it was just more of a validation of the thoughts or conversation I've had about parenting, about being a catalyst to help your child find the best version of themselves, find the things that they love and are passionate about, and not to extinguish those things and be living in going directions that are assured, that are sure bets. When I was going through those things in my mind, I was like, I know I hope not to be a Koffi in real life, in that manner of, not allowing the talent or passion of my kid to bloom.
Yeah.
Well, it's been really good catching up with you, and I hope that when the film is out, we catch up again.
Yeah, sure.
Hopefully watch the premiere and other film viewings together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hope to continue working with you, mon père, with maybe more movies,
Maybe more movies.
Yeah.
Who knows? Could be the sort of a budding career acting in a foreign language.
Yeah, I really love the experience because I maybe later after the movie I just discovered that I love to be on set.
Okay.
Something brings out something, So, this movie has brought out something in me. So I'm out now. Let's go.
All right. Let's catch up with you. All right.
Thank you all for tuning into today's captivating conversation. I want to give a shout out to IFN, the Institute Francais of Nigeria, for supporting this project and providing a community where we all came together. And next, I want to give a shout out to VOM Network for hosting today's interviews and just being the perfect place for us to come together and talk about our film. Watch Toujours Là wherever you can. Maybe there's a screening near you, or it will be online very soon. Bye!